Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video. So mobile phone photography and mobile phone cinematography are getting better and better and better as the years go on. But one problem that they do suffer with is stabilization. Now there are lots and lots of different ways to stabilize an image. You can use lens stabilization, also known as optical image stabilization, OIS. Or you can use sensor stabilization, which is, well, you can kind of guess what that is. You stabilize the sensor with magnets and springs and lots of other different things that I don't have time to get into today. So, while that is a very, very good way to stabilize your footage, you're still going to get some micro bumps and some other bits and pieces. So this is where DJI step in with the DJI OSMO 3. Is it any good? In short, yes. This has got to be one of the best mobile gimbals on the market today. It is a 3-axis gimbal, which means it uses 3 axes. So 1, 2, 3, I suppose. Oh no, I think it's that one as well. So 1, 2, and then 3 to keep your footage nice and steady. Just like that. Look at that. Now this is off. Now, this does have its own internal battery, which is really, really nice. It means you don't have to plug it in. And the battery lasts a very, very long time. Now, it is only a 900 milliamp hour battery, so you're probably thinking, well, that's quite small, really, for a gimbal, but it's decent. It does the job. I barely have to charge this, and I use it quite regularly. Now, one thing I will say is recording a lot of video will drain a lot of your battery power on your phone. So, to combat that, rather than having to carry around a big battery pack, you can just carry the same lead that you use to charge it. So if you look at the right hand side of the device, you can see a USB-C and a USB-A port. The USB-C port is for charging, the USB-A port is for delivering a charge to another device, such as your mobile phone, to keep it charged up while you're using the gimbal. Now, most Android phones do use USB-C, so that means you can just use the included USB-A to USB-C to charge up your device while you're using the gimbal. But if you are an iPhone user, that still doesn't really matter because it's a USB-A port, which means it doesn't really matter what is on the other end of the lead. It will still deliver about 5 watts of power. Now, that isn't really a fast charging, but that will keep your phone battery fairly equal, really, as recording a lot of 4K footage will inevitably drain your battery quite a lot. You can create time lapses, motion time lapses, hyperlapses, selfie video, and basically anything you want to do. Panoramics. You can create a panoramic that I will put on display right now for you. See, look at that. My camera isn't that wide. But yet, the DJI Osmo has captured that. Now, yes, there are some downsides, especially if you're an Android user. Because of app optimization, the quality of the video may not look too good. So I would recommend using your native camera app for the best quality of video. But if you are using Apple's iPhone, then you don't really need to worry because of how well their apps are optimized. Now, a lot of the time, gimbals are really, really big, but this one fits in your pocket. Yes, this fits in your pocket, your jean pocket, your coat pocket, and it is heavy, but it's not massively heavy. It will weigh down your pocket a little bit, but not really. I mean, this sits in my bag a lot of the time, and obviously I don't really notice it because it's in my bag because there's more weight in there than just a gimbal. It's usually cameras and anyway, sidetracked here. So yeah, if you're just carrying this around for the day, then yeah, you might start to feel the weight of it, especially if you're carrying a heavy phone like I do. But other than that, then no, this is pretty lightweight, especially for what this does. This does an amazing job of what it needs to do. It stabilizes the footage really, really well. So why don't we go over some of the controls? Well, on the front panel, we have a tiny little joystick to move the gimbal up, down, left, right, and wherever you might want to move the gimbal to point the phone, you have the on and off switch and a record switch. To your left, you have a zoom in and zoom out button if you want to use the included app. If you look at the bottom of it, you find a 1/4 20 screw, which is the screw that most tripods use, meaning that you lock it into place on a little tripod and you're away. In between the control panel and the tripod screw, you will find the hand grip. Now this reminds me kind of like a little gun thing of some kind, but you'll also find on the back a little trigger. That is to lock the gimbal in place so that your phone will stay in the exact same place while you move. It would just stay there. It looks pretty good, to be fair. The hand grip itself is very, very comfortable in my opinion. It's rubber and plastic, which aren't really the best materials, but the rubber itself is pretty grippy and it does seem quite hard wearing. Unfortunately, my one has started to yellow, so that's a bit of a pain in the bum over the years. Especially if you're using this for a number of years, it will start to go yellow as mine is, but that's kind of to be expected from plastic. Then at the top, we have the 3-axis gimbal bit where your phone sits. We have a little phone mount that stretches out. It's actually really, really cool, and I tend to fiddle with it quite a lot, when I probably shouldn't be. So, yeah. To be fair, there's not really much to say on the matter of the DJI OSMO. It's a really good device for the money. If you can afford to get one, I would strongly recommend it. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one.